So I'm trying to make this uncomfortable for everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Garage. We're back at it on Sh car. If you haven't been keeping up, we had the motor sitting in place. We refreshed it a bit. We're missing a few parts, so we're just gonna keep going through it. But we got the intercooler piping done. It looks really good. It looks like it's supposed to be in there. So the intercooler piping are done. Everything's mounted and in place. So we're gonna continue this and just keep going on some of the custom fab stuff while we're waiting for other parts to refresh it. So I want to start building the exhaust today. We did put a fuel pump in the other day on the dock. And we're just gonna see how far we can get as far as plumbing, cooling, all those things, and try and just attack system by system by system until it just comes down to wiring. And wiring should pretty much be the last thing before we fire up. So I'm gonna get started on putting this on the lift, get some exhaust going, and yeah, we'll see where we get today.
What's the obstacles we got to get around on this exhaust?
Well, we got this here trans mount that I made, which is totally in the way. This little thing could have been shaved down, or that would have helped quite a bit, but I wasn't really thinking about the exhaust other than going straight down through here. But instead, we're gonna hug the tunnel just to make sure that our feet get really hot. I wanna make sure that everybody knows that the engine is hot, so then they wanna get out at a certain point in time. This making the longevity of the motor a little bit better. So I'm trying to make this uncomfortable for everyone.
That's very nice, very thoughtful of you for the engine. What's the plan for the back part? What do you got going on here?
So what I was thinking is going down this way yonder and then doing a swoop, and then probably somewhere in here, not quite past the bash bar, but kind of centered up through here.
Center exit.
Center exit. Yeah, I think it looks sick.
Throwing some shapes out the back?
Throwing some shapes.
What are you gonna do?
Probably cut that oval pipe in half and then lengthen it out. We'll see what other stock we have to. I don't know, we'll just make some cool shape out of it, make it look cool. If it doesn't look cool, then we'll chop it off and then we'll just dump it right here. So we'll try it. If it sucks, then we just cut it off. It's just a normal exhaust.
You gonna put any kind of resonation or muffler in here? Oh my god.
The Sh car straight pipe.
Yo, this thing's so much hotter than my welder is.
Yeah, because you have gas.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's so quick.
And this, all right, so this is set fairly lower than what I usually set it at.
Yeah.
So you can't just jam on it, right?
Yeah.
If we turn it down to 16 gauge, you'll be able to jam, but you won't be able to tack it.
Okay.
You know, because then it doesn't have enough force. But yeah, this welder just rips.
It rips.
That's the thing. So it makes you have to go faster, right? So if you were to do this, you gotta go zap, stop.
Yeah.
Zap, stop. Zap, stop. Because if you just hold it down, it'll just blow right through it. And if you don't zap it a little bit too much, you just gotta kind of keep moving.
Okay.
So yeah, that's good. She's glowing.
Yeah, it's hot.
So you have to move super fast when you're doing something like that.
Yeah.
So on exhaust stuff like this, I usually just tap it. I can turn it down one, see if you can do that.
Yeah.
So, see how easy this is to set up? All you have to do on this is auto set, so boom, 16 gauge, and then every setting's changed. Yeah, well, it's not that bad. The problem is you move too fast, so there's see that overlap.
Yeah.
So if you hold it for a little bit, just a second, you know, whip it forward a little bit.
Here, can I pull it?
Yeah, you can pull it. Pull it to give it more heat, so whatever's more comfortable to you.
Yeah, you can hear it.
You gotta let it cook for a second. Move slower, yeah. Well, it could be that we're set on 14 gauge.
Yeah, this is too thick.
Oh, that's 16 gauge. Yeah, that's even worse. Here. Yeah, that's your problem right there. Turn it up one. Flip it around. Use the other side.
I liked how the welds came out better though on yours than on pushing than on pulling it.
Yep, pushing's better.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
a motion to get used to.
Yeah.
These are perks of coming into the garage to shoot. You get to learn some fab stuff. So, Will's got to learn for his car and get it done so we can go driving.
Doo-doo-saurus.
Doo-doo-saurus.
Yeah.
It's not too bad, Will. We did a little bit of practicing. Now Will's welding exhaust. See? In no time at all. The boy's learning. Which one was the best one? This was pretty good.
Yeah, this was the earlier one.
This was pretty good. Yeah. You're learning, catching on. Exhaust is way harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good too on the thin stuff. So see, Will can learn in no time.
But that.
Yeah, that, well.
You know, that's why it's underneath.
It's not bad. It's shit car. This is the perfect thing to practice on.
Yeah.
So, we're doing all right.
Thanks, Dean.
Almost done. Well, very exhausting day. It's in there, man. Good job, Will. I cut it up. Did kind of a shitty job, but hey, it's shit car. If it's nice, it's like not the lowest point. Oh, this is the lowest point. That'll be the worst problem we have because the fuel lines are gonna be the lowest point, which is cool because that's how it was designed from the factory. So we'll stick it that way. The exhaust is good, it's in there. It's gonna be really loud and rattly because it's tucked really tight to the chassis and the mount and the diff. These are all real big problems that I wouldn't do on a normal car, but this is shit car, so it's fairly good. We'll learn how to weld with a gas welder today. Not a bad stop. We're gonna continue this on later. I want to focus on getting the car running though. Like I mentioned, I'd like to continue this up to here, but I'd say the focus now is to get everything running. So the next systems to attack are fuel, cooling, like all the lines being plumbed up there, getting the motor pretty much ready to go. We need the clutch line, all that stuff. So all that needs to be taken care of first, and then we'll check each system and then move on to wiring. Wiring should be the last thing. Fire it up, rip it. So, not a bad day. Hello, welcome back. Well, welcome me back because working on shit car again. We finally got the rest of our parts in, and some of them are coming today too, but I hit up Injuku because the stuff that I was missing, and they got it here in like 2 days at most. So I got flywheel and pressure plate bolts, a new starter, clutch line, and a slave cylinder for the SR20. So I'm gonna have to pull that thing back out today, pull the trans off, assemble that stuff, and then do some of the coolant line rerouting, things like that, because we're getting hoses from HPS. Before I put it back in, probably gonna eliminate the ABS stuff. I don't like it, it's in the way. So a lot to do today, Odds and ends, the stuff that you forget about, stuff that you don't really wanna do, but I'm gonna jam through it as fast as I can because I don't have much time. If you haven't noticed, we've been rearranging the shop a little bit. I gotta get this project done so we can start working on knuckle busters too. Quick update, saw me put the Clutch Masters flywheel and clutch on, and that's all ready to go. Then I put in a new throwout bearing, new slave cylinder, so everything that's pretty necessary for a swap. This is what I recommend you do every time if you're doing it. Do a new clutch, a better clutch like this so it can take the abuse. And then I also deleted the ABS. So if you remember, I had this big old system here, and I took out a couple of the lines, and actually I wanted to just use the front brakes anyway, so I just bent them around. So this is going to the front right, and this is the front left. So that works out for me, and then I looped it back. This rear one here, we might be able to bend back into the firewall and then trim it up a little bit and use that for the hydro. So just using front brakes, kind of worked out pretty easily. So stoked about that. Now I want to get this a little bit more cleaned up, so I'm going to try and eliminate some of this cooling stuff, stab the transmission on, and then we'll put this back in the car and start working on fuel lines. right, that's the last time this motor's going in here. Well, at least until we break it again. But pretty pumped with how everything worked out. The ABS, the Lemonade was pretty nice, pretty easy to do. Hopefully it works. And then I just gotta plumb up the rear handbrake for that. But now it's just down to a little bit of plumbing for fuel and some of the other hoses, which we got from HPS today, but we'll pick that up next time. And hopefully have everything ready for wiring by the end of the next episode. And that will be the last thing we have to do, and then we'll fire it up. But we go home. Thanks for watching.